Hey folks, welcome back to FreepCast. My name is Rob Murray. I'm here with Joe Spear, the Free Press managing editor. And Joe, did you play baseball as a kid?
Yes, I did. I did play baseball, and it was the start of the baseball season, right after Memorial Day. School gets out. I played T-ball. I played Pee-wees. I played, what do they call that, junior? Around here they call it Royals. Mm-hmm. But I played at St. Paul City League, and every summer I played on some team or another.
This weekend is kind of the unofficial start to youth summer baseball, right?
Yes, I think so. And, the high schools are wrapping up in their playoffs and going to state tournament and girls softball as well. But, youth baseball was great. There was tons of teams. Of course, all the baby boomers were kids, right? So they had like 8 teams at Front Street Playground. And you got to be a professional name team, like you were the Cardinals or you were the Orioles. I don't know how they got away with that, but they must have. Must have been no big deal.
Front Street Playground. I did play there. We're a couple of St. Paul guys here, so you're not going to hear any Mankato youth baseball stories from us. But
Front Street Playground. There was North Dale. There was Sylvan. There was
North Dale.
Prospect, right? Prosperity. East Side. Yeah. Yeah, and there was tons of VFW teams.
That's when I kind of got serious. When I got up to that level was when guys got really good at baseball,
and we all know this famous St. Paul trio, or is it 4 guys now? Maurer, Winfield, Molitor.
Those are the 3.
3 that are in the Hall of Fame.
It's kind of the holy trinity of
and they all played St. Paul baseball right around Highland Park, Como area. So there's a long tradition for that. But before we get too far, I want to thank our sponsor. We're going to talk baseball. Got to give credit to our sponsor. Podcast sponsored by Minnesota Valley Federal Credit Union, happily serving those who live, work, or do business, or maybe play baseball, in Blue Earth, Nicollet, LeSueur, Waseca, Brown, Watonwan counties since 1934. We thank them for their sponsorship. If you're getting something out of this, thank the folks down there.
Also, if you want to sponsor the podcast,
yes,
we can definitely make room for you.
Absolutely. We're growing our audience. Casey tells us on YouTube, getting a lot more views. Mm-hmm. I hear from people on the street, see people in the street say they subscribe. So we're building a nice little audience. And Holly Marie Moore is helping us on Instagram. We're over 1,000 Instagram people now. So that's what we're trying to do with this: reach out to different audiences to explain what we're doing here, highlight our good journalism, and engage the community in these discussions that are so important nowadays. But a few interesting news topics. This was really cool. We get a Thai restaurant. We have established a Thai restaurant in Janesville. The owners came down from St. Paul, didn't want to be in St. Paul anymore, wanted to find a small town. It looks really good. Reports are it's really good. It's a small family business. I have a feeling they're going to draw from Mankato a lot into Janesville because there's not really another Thai restaurant that I know of around our region.
There's not. There
is a food truck. Lep's food truck is Thai food, which is really good. And she comes down, once a week on Thursday, I think, to the food hub. But to have a place to go to, it's really cool, and it's always cool to see, ethnic food. Thai food is really good. So that's kind of exciting. We'll have to keep track of that and stay in touch.
We wish them well. It's always nice to have good restaurants in our region, no matter what small town they're in.
It is, and it's just another one of those things that say, hey, it's kind of like you go to Madelia for the Fiesta restaurant. Mm-hmm. And so this is another one of those destination kind of restaurants. You go to Amboy for the
Cottage Cafe.
Yeah, so we're getting a few of these things around the area. Kind of a bizarre story, which we picked up from the Star Tribune, but it's in our area, St. Peter Regional Treatment Center. There were some escapes, and we reported, of course, the first escapes from the sex offender program. I think they came about a week apart, and they caught up with the guys, but they were in the unlocked part of the facility which we know exists because they're trying to. This is a treatment facility, right? People go through their program and they get a little more permission to go out in the community and not be confined, and so this happens from time to time. They go out and are probably doing fine, but then disappear and don't come back, and that's not good because they're not done with their treatment yet. In the one case, I don't know how the guy pulled it off, but he made a dummy and put it in his bed. And
Classic.
his roommate said he'd been in bed for a while and hadn't moved.
Gosh.
So they checked on him, and of course, he is a dummy, and he cut off his ankle bracelet. And the other guy also cut off his ankle bracelet. They must not be too hard to cut off. They got some knives.
Usually when you cut those off, it signals the
You would think
authorities.
so, wouldn't you?
That's
I don't know.
That's how they work.
There's more to this, and there's a
Must be that crack St. Peter police force.
the
And I'm totally
kidding about that.
Good cops over there.
Yes, and maybe there'll be more coming out because it's going through court now. They're charged with escape, right? It's a crime, and that's where a lot of the information is coming from. But certainly an unusual situation, and I don't think we've seen it for a while. Earlier we covered protest of the workers up at St. Peter, saying they're understaffed and other issues. So maybe that plays into it.
And I think a lot of us know people who have worked there, and sometimes that work can be, a little dangerous.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. No doubt. People, they get attacked. The workers get attacked. And I would personally not want to work there.
No.
Sounds a little scary. So that was interesting. Some interesting news. Going back to more mundane things, they're changing the pay gates at the city downtown parking ramps. I haven't used those in a long time.
Are you calling Mark Fishnick's reporting mundane?
No, not at all.
He's a master craftsman.
The topic was more mundane, but he did make it interesting because
He always does.
There's things that are going to be changing, and we had parking passes for the Free Press for a while. We always used to have to park over there, but then they kind of opened up the back lot, and nobody uses it much anymore. So, but I'm sure it's going to be good for visitors and good for tourism because I guess you could get stuck in the gate and not be able to get out if you couldn't figure out how to operate it or didn't have a pass card, or you had to call somebody then, and there was car backup. So not good for the old tourism.
No,
and shows at the
frustrating
Civic Center and such. So looks like we're fixing those. Baseball, just want to mention this. Mankato East baseball team captured its second straight Big Nine conference title in a win against West 3-1 at ISG Field. You were a West guy, weren't you?
Yeah.
Just remind you of that score. No, you want to keep up on it.
I didn't go to West, but
your kids went to West.
I cheer for West, for sure.
You cheer for West. You're
absolutely
West homer.
Yes,
for sure. Anyway, it sounds like the East has a pretty good pitcher, sophomore left-hander Keaton Wojcik, and I think this is the son of Scott, right?
Oh, okay.
Pretty sure. And our friend with Kiwanis Holiday Lights, correct me if I'm wrong on that, but only allowed a bunt single through 6 innings while striking out 10. Striking out 10 in 6 innings, that's not too bad.
That's outstanding. It's always fun to see we seem to have every few years we get a pitcher in one of those softball teams that's lights out.
Girls softball
all-star.
are lights out as well. Mm-hmm. Threw 106 pitches. Wow.
That's a lot of pitches.
Yeah. And his opposing pitcher, Evan Mays from West, said Wojcik is a good pitcher, and there was a shadow there which makes the ball jump on you at the last minute. I just tried to hit my spots and get weak contact. You played baseball. You had pitchers throwing at you. Did you ever see the ball jump at you?
No.
Did you ever see the ball?
I wasn't the best hitter.
I never saw the ball.
I was lucky to make contacts usually.
Yeah, me too. I think I hit, if you hit like 200 in high school, that's pretty bad because most high school kids can hit 300 or 400. something like that. I could never hit the curveball, especially from lefties. It comes in. I'm a right-handed batter, so it comes in inside.
It's tricky.
Yeah. But these kids sound like they throw amazingly, and it's fun to watch, and it's fun to hear about these things. Memorial Day, just a quick hit on Memorial Day services. One that sounds pretty cool we wrote about today at the Hebron Cemetery. Hebron is between Nicollet and Judson in Nicollet County. It's kind of over by Swan Lake, but it's a very old cemetery established in 1872, newest part in 1932. About 45 veterans are buried there, including 3 who served in the Civil War and a Medal of Honor recipient.
Wow.
That's kind of cool. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? They're going to have a service out there at 2 p.m. on Memorial Day.
Is this a first-time situation?
No.
They do it every year.
No, sounds like they do it every year.
Okay.
But they're going to have a service out there, and they're going to have someone playing an accordion. That's cool.
Okay.
Isn't it? I think it will be. I think it would be.
We all love an accordion. I'm just not sure how it fits into a Memorial Day service.
Oh, yeah.
I guess we'll find out.
You kidding? Accordion? Awesome. And the dolls.
Are they playing taps on the accordion?
I don't know. The dolls, Melva and her husband, Steve, they tend to the cemetery, live close by. His walk to the flagpole and back is about 1.5 miles. He raises a flag and takes it down almost every day, I'm guessing. It sounds like daily, part of his daily exercise.
It's a great small town story.
Maybe not 20 below, but maybe. I don't know. Maybe it's a ride. So, yeah, it's just cool to find people who take care of these old cemeteries, and there's quite a few of them around. Civil War history always was interesting to me. Many people may not know that the 1st Minnesota played a key pivotal role in the Civil War when it held back the Confederates at the Battle of Gettysburg. Horrific. They were outnumbered 5-1. They just had to basically charge and put their bodies in front of the 82% casualty rate. So 260 people, 260 soldiers, 47 made it. Just incredible, and it's a cool history for Minnesota. In fact, there's a cool monument up in Cannon Falls of Colonel William Colville, who led the 1st Minnesota. He was from around that area. Eventually, after the war, started the Red Wing Republican Eagle newspaper.
Oh,
so that's cool. But he's got quite a history, and it's well worth a monument going to check out. It's huge. Statue of himself, and there's a Civil War cannon there, a real Civil War cannon. So, really cool Civil War history, and most people don't know, but in the I think it was 20s, when Calvin Coolidge was president, he came by and said, Colonel Colville can be credited with saving the Union. So that's a pretty cool Memorial Day story. If you have a chance, I would definitely check out. It's in Cannon Falls. It's a nice hour drive from Mankato, but it's a nice drive. So maybe you want to mention our sponsor one more time, Minnesota Valley Federal Credit Union. We thank them for sponsoring this podcast. And on this shortened holiday show, I don't know if we have anything else.
I don't have anything else.
All right.
We can thank Casey again for being the man behind the camera.
Thank you, Casey, and thanks to all you folks for listening. Have a good holiday.
Well, do you have a quote for us this week or no?
I don't.
Oh, okay. All right. Folks, we'll see you next week.
Thanks.